All my fellow Lyft and Uber drivers and other sort of YouTube fans. I did a couple of videos recently, and this last 2 weeks have been really kind of interested. I started focusing more of my driving attention towards Lyft because I just wanted to see how I wanted to test consistently, see how good it was. And what I've come to the conclusion is that there's two different methods of the way both Lyft and Uber run their companies. Uber has so many riders that they just don't give a shit about you canceling a ride or things like that. Now, what neither one of these companies have the common sense to realize is people in cities are very impatient. They're not going to wait long periods of time for a ride. What I've noticed as an experienced driver with over 11,000 rides, closer to 12, that if you're any more than 6 or 8 minutes from a rider, they're going to cancel that ride within about 2 to 3 if it doesn't appear that you're getting there fast. That's just the way it is. People in this city are very impatient. Every city is different. People down south, when I was in Florida, you were 23 minutes before you got to your pickup. They didn't give a shit. We're in a city, a very busy city, so they do care. I had 3 rides today cancel because I had to go around the block. I literally had to go around the block. And they pinged before I was able to make the turn, so I had to go down a block over and a block back. And what happened? Boom, they canceled the ride. Lyft runs their company as a bully. They like to bully their drivers by threats and intimidation. Now, I had 2 riders this week. One guy didn't have car seats for his 3 kids. When I told him he had to, he started verbally assaulting me for being transgender. And I reported the incident. I have it on dash cam, and they took the complaint. And then later on, I received a notification that I was threatening to the driver and faced threat of deactivation. And then another situation happened. 13-year-old kids got in the car. I told them they had to get out. They refused to get out. I ended the ride and I said, listen, I said, call your mommy and tell your mommy that the ride is over and you got to get out of my car, or I'm going to make you get out of my car because right now you are trespassing. That wasn't threat. That wasn't an intimidation. I was going to make him get out of the car. I was going to call the police and tell them they're invading my car. They wouldn't get out. But see, we have to take that abuse from the riders. We're not allowed to get upset. We just have to take all this verbal assault. Well, my acceptance rate is about 75% on both platforms. Never once was I threatened by Uber for deactivation because I canceled a ride. I cancel far more on Uber than I do Lyft. But today, their system and Lyft system is a piece of crap because I arrived at the art museum. I was actually dropping an Uber rider off. Ping came in for a Lyft driver. I hit it. I accepted it. I got up on the top of the art museum roundabout, and I hit that I arrived. And then a cancellation notice and threat of deactivation pops up again on Lyft. And of course, they threaten to deactivate. They love to threaten you, and they think that that's going to work. Well, it doesn't work with me. So I'm taking a break for Lyft for a while. I'm not going to drive for them because they're just a bully company that likes to bully their riders. You don't get any support. You have to fight them for every cancellation fee. There's been several that I waited the time limit before I canceled the ride, and I only cancel rides if there are people with car seats or without car seats when they should, things of that nature. And you got to constantly battle them to get your fee. They like to steal money from you. I mean, that's just the way it is. Let's see where I want to go. So yeah, Lyft is in the business of stealing money from you. And don't get me wrong, Uber does the same shit. But Uber, at least after a couple minutes, you can get your money. Where Lyft, they make excuses. I Over the last 2 weeks, I've been ripped off for $15. I had a rider damage my car. The $500 claim, I had to settle for half of the amount because of their insurance. So what to do? And I talked to my attorney about this. If they give you this, Lyft has a $2,500 deductible. Now, say a rider does $1,000 worth of damage to your car, okay? You're basically fucked for the $750 because they will not pay. Okay, they won't. So what the best thing to do at that point, if a rider damages your car, is you go to the court system, subpoena the identity of the driver, and then sue the driver in small claims court yourself. Now, what's going to happen, as soon as you subpoena the identity of the rider, I would bet dollars to donuts, and I'm no attorney, so, take this as experience, okay? What I've done in the past with other companies is it's kind of like, I don't know, I've always had this attitude that you throw stones at me, I'm throwing hand grenades back, okay? That's the best way to handle shit sometimes. So what you do is you send them a certified letter. You tell them that you're going to subpoena the identity of the driver or rider and take them in the small claims court. And you're also going to take Lyft at the same time, or Uber, whichever shithouse platform it is. Then what happens there is their costs to defend the case is going to be far more than what the damages is. So chances are they're going to pay it. I'll give you a good example. I had a dispute with a veterinary clinic that treated me really horribly. Gave me one price and then billed me on another. Okay. Anyhow, I disputed the charge, went back and forth. They filed a small claims action. Okay. What did I do? Not only did I file a counterclaim, but I named the vet herself. Okay, not just the clinic, but the vet herself. The reason I did that is now that vet has to take time off of work to come defend that court action. And I told the attorney that I was going to subpoena the office staff that was there, the manager, and the receptionist. So what does that do? Now there's a whole lot of people coming from the business that should be in that business working. And what happens if they're not in the business working? Sorry, I just pulled up to the gas station here. They're not in the business working. The company's got to pay them to go to court. So since I filed the claim, I get a call back from this attorney now. He wants to settle it. Well, I'm like, why do I want to settle it now? I don't have nothing to lose. I don't give a shit. I'm retired. I got plenty of time. I can go to court. Don't give a flying fuck. I'm going. What winds up happening? He wants to now drop the case. I'm like, yeah, but you harmed me by me having to take my time, write a motion, and go to court and file it. The end of the day, guess what happened? He paid me for my time. He paid me for the court costs. So a guy wanting to sue me, guess what? I got money from him. Fuck that guy, okay? And that's the way I'm going to handle anything like that from Lyft and Uber again, because and I'm not going to mess with it. Okay, I'm going to give them like a day to respond. If I don't get the proper response, file court actions. Because you got to understand something. For them to even walk in a courtroom, it's going to cost them $1,000 at least. Because they got to hire. Lyft don't have their own attorneys locally. They got to hire a local law firm that's going to do work for them. So what are they going to do? They're going to in turn have to incur costs. They're not going to want to spend $1,000 to go in court for even if it's a 50-50 chance that they're going to lose. They ain't spending that money. They're not. They're going to probably file a motion to dismiss it. Okay, but it won't. It won't happen. Keep everything on dash cam. Dash cam is your greatest weapon, because in those two instances when them scumbags did shit, oh, I have it on dash cam. Right away, Lyft leans towards your side because you have evidence. You have video evidence of what these people do. You know, people normally, when they see that, even if they don't see it, and I point out to them and say, yeah, you do realize you're being videotaped, right? Then what do? They start backpedaling, or they shut the fuck up. I'm being a little crude here today because I'm kind of pissed off. I'm kind of pissed off the way Lyft treated me today. So I shut them down. I've been driving Uber. I'm making the same money. I don't care. I make about the same money per hour. So, you know, Lyft is in the penalty box. Fuck them. They don't treat me like shit. That's the way it is. You know, I'll just drive Uber. I have other things going on. Don't need it. I'm actually going in for a surgery too in a couple of days on my shoulder. So I won't be driving for a while anyway. But got other things going. But drivers, just be careful. Just screw them. Don't really care, because you can make money with the other platform. You all have a good day. Stay safe. Watch your driving out there.